Welcome back to Sportsmanlike Conduct Podcast. I'm your host, Cassius Clee. We are back in the studios of Industry City, Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn.
Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel at Sportsmanlike Conduct Podcast. And you can find us on Instagram at Sportsmanlike Conduct Official and all other social media platforms.
Smash the button.
TikTok.
Big Chris.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing over here, bro?
I'm chilling.
Well, damn.
Just came to get closer to you so we could really engage in this conversation.
Yes. You left Chris's corner, but
Yeah, I left it in good hands, though.
you still got a giant Nick fan
There
over
you
there.
go.
So it all works out.
It
It all works out. Brother,
Yo, I'm here, man.
how you doing?
I'm good. Pretty good.
Everything's good?
Everything is airy.
Rudeness.
Yeah, let's get it. Big topic. Let's do it.
How's Malcolm?
Malcolm's doing great things.
Shout out to Malcolm.
Shout
man.
out
Shout
to
out to
Malcolm.
Brother
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Appreciate
Love
your
to Malcolm.
services, my brother.
Yeah.
Skid, what's up, man?
What's good, my bro?
Came on a great day.
Yeah, man. Listen, blessed and highly favored, man. You
No
know how it
doubt.
goes.
Dirk Dash,
Peace.
Big Joe. All right. Big news. Charlie Kirk was killed on September 10th by a gunman, right? Tyler Robinson, 22 years old.
Alleged.
Allegedly.
Alleged. All alleged. It's a lot of media backlash. Sides have been divided, left versus right. First, let's say we do not condone violence.
Absolutely
no
not.
one does, right?
Nope.
He did not deserve to get shot and killed by anyone just for expressing his views. So let's get that out the way one time.
We all agree, right? Let's
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sir.
Agreed.
Now, as far as it relates to sports, I just read something. 5 teams did not give him a moment of silence yesterday. All the other teams did. The Steelers actually did the half.
Flag at half staff.
Yes, that's Steelers did that. That's, I'm going to say a red state, correct?
Yeah.
Pennsylvania?
I think he won that state.
That's a swing state.
So, yeah, that's one of the always a swing state.
So the Bengals, Lions, Colts, Vikings, and Ravens did not do this moment of silence. All right? I have a lot of opinion, but I want to end on my opinion. According to Wikipedia, the list of assassinated American politicians, I'll just run down this real quick. So this is not a new phenomenon. This started 1865 with Abraham Lincoln, and there were many more before that that's undocumented, right? You got 4 presidents assassinated, 12 members of Congress, 3 federal judges, 4 governors, over 20 state legislators, including the Minnesota, Melissa Hartman and her husband, who was shot at their home by somebody impersonating a cop, which is crazy. And also you had John Hoffman and his wife who were shot, but fortunately they did not die. 6 state judges and 10 mayors. I'll just stop there. So we get the idea. Like, political figures have been getting killed, assassinated for a very long time. And what strikes me is that politics is the biggest divider in this country. You see it now, and when I'm reading back, you're talking about 1800s. It still was dividing the country back then. And people, it's so much of a divider that people actually take into their own hands of killing someone because they don't like their opinions, which is outrageous. So let's bring it back. September 10th, Charlie Kirk gets assassinated. The videos are out there. It's horrible. But I'm going to turn to you, Big Chris.
Yes.
What is your opinion? And what do you want to see changed?
First of all, like we said in the beginning, I don't condone what happened. I don't celebrate what happened. I'm just not shocked by what happened. When you're that type of firebrand, where you're talking so negatively about groups, and you belong to you start a negative group, people look at you a certain way. Whether it's left, right, everybody's going to have their opinions about you. Like I said, I'm not shocked that it happened. I don't feel any way about it though. Like I said, and listen, I'll go on record. I thought he was a piece of shit before it happened, and I think his death doesn't make him a better person. He is what he is. The way that he spoke about people, and I'm not going to get into specifics about the comments that he made. Everybody knows they're out there. People say that stuff was taken out of context with what he said or whatever. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't have the energy to say, oh, I feel that, blah, blah, blah. Yo, it is what it is at this point,
All right. Brother O.
Again, you always got to say this.
You have to.
You always got to say that in no way, shape, form, fashion did this man deserve that. His opinions and ideologies were total opposite from mine. So saying that I don't agree with what he was saying is an understatement. But bro, he could say it all he want.
Yes.
He could say it. He could keep saying it. And his videos are out there. It's going to keep getting pushed. So this is a bigger issue than him doing this. Because according to news, the person that did it was had the same type of ideology he had. So until we get to the bottom of that, of why this gunman assassinated him, it's still
he's not cooperating.
It's still a shady area.
He's not cooperating.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he did it. Would it matter if we know why he did it?
I mean, it wouldn't matter, but it will give you.
Yeah, I guess we just want clarity and answers.
Yeah, understanding.
Give me an understanding, but
why he did it.
There's no understanding of killing a man, son. We're in barbaric times, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Politically, man, I don't understand, yo. You know what happens now? If you vote this way, you get looked at different. You vote that way, you get looked at different. People losing friendships, people losing family members. Listen, man, we go off the merit of how we grew up, right? We grew up and this is why New York is probably the greatest place to live. Because you go 2 blocks down, it's a whole different society from where you grew up.
That's a fact.
I'm not trying to bring up the Jews and Palestine and all that. But in our area, they live amongst each other with no problems. You have a Jewish store, Muslim store right next door to each other. No problems. This is what New York City does. It blends everybody together. And so New Yorkers, we have this snobbish attitude because we don't understand what goes on elsewhere that makes you want to hate somebody the way you do.
Mm.
Listen, man, we have every religion, every race, every gender, whatever community, LGBTQ,
Big
and
old
all
melting pot.
all that shit is right here. If you're trying to run away and be somebody, you come right here. You could be that motherfucker and have 1 million people with you, no matter what you want to be. So to him preaching this, some of it is hate, some of it is opinionated, some of it is racist. Us New Yorkers don't understand it. We do not understand this at all, Bree. This is not how we grew up. Yo, shout out to, who was our next door neighbor, kid? Christopher Thomas.
Oh, Chris.
Remember Christopher Thomas?
Yeah.
A white
guy.
Yeah, white guy. Yeah.
Adopted by a black family.
Yeah.
Live right here. Shout out to you, Chris. I know you were somewhere in Florida.
Boys.
chilling.
Chill, boys.
But yo, this is how we grew up, man. We grew up with everybody around us, man. We didn't judge anybody. Only thing we judge you on is how you dress.
Right.
That's it. Or how you play ball.
Basic stuff.
Yeah, man. That's it. This is getting too much, man. I don't like looking at people and wondering if they for me. You know what I'm saying? You looking at me like I'm just. I don't like this feeling. I don't like this feeling, man.
I hear you, man. Realness.
It's definitely sad, right? It's a very sad thing that happened to Mr. Kirk.
And his family, man.
His family,
family
condolences
too.
to the family, to his wife and his think he got a daughter, right?
Two
Two
daughters.
daughters. My condolences to the family. But I just feel like society doesn't thrive without chaos.
That is true.
These, like, first of all, let's also let it be known that the person that killed Mr. Kirk was also a conservative. He was probably also registered
Alleged person.
a Republican. So it's not even a Dems versus Republican or left versus right. Like, this was somebody that shared the same views as Mr. Kirk for in terms of like voting and stuff like that. But I just think that as citizens, we can't become so fascinated with our parties that we want to do the extreme
Yes.
in terms of take life. Because at the end of the day, like, we're all humans, right? And when you take a life, that's not going to change anything. So why would you resort to that type of behavior? We just need to just come together and not just be so much of a fanatic in terms of parties. Another example of that is like the politicians and stuff that we follow. They have the liberty to turn party. Like, somebody could be a Republican for 4 years and fuck around and be a Democrat the next 4 years. So their loyalty is sort of like flip flop, right? We can't live life in harmony if we can't respect each other, regardless of race, regardless of political background, regardless of gender. Like we just all need to just come together if we're gonna live in this society. So that's my views on that.
Well said. Mr. Skitty. What's up, man?
Yeah, bro, that whole situation hurt me, man. Because, again, that was a father, that was a husband, that was somebody's son. I don't give a damn what his opinion was. That was a human being that got mowed down. And now that child is without a father, and the wife is without her husband. I don't give a damn what he said. This is America, and we were told that we have freedom of speech, right? My
Absolutely.
thing is, if you, like, people like to say, I have my truth. If you said the sky is orange, if I don't believe it, why should I beat you in the head? That make no sense, bro. The things he was saying, if you didn't agree with it, I still waiting for the justification that you can have to say, I'm gonna kill you because you feel that way. What happened to the responsibility as men that we come and we negotiate and we are able to speak about things? The things he was saying, I was happy because a lot of it was, they say, was controversial. So that could have opened up a forum for discussion. You say racist, right? I'm saying, cool. I hear your information, but at the same time, my thing is that what would make you say that? Like I tell all my black friends, before you start jumping and going crazy, where are they getting this from? We have to take some responsibility of what we do that portrays and create this image that allows this type of discussion. But at the same time, life is not about blaming faults, it's about responsibility. We all have a responsibility to understand what our roles are in society, in our own lives, and as a collective community. You know what I mean? And what I'm hating that I'm seeing right now is that it's being politicized. People are capitalizing it. They're making it about, like you said, Republican, Democrat. No, it was about right and wrong, bro. A party has nothing to do with you making up your mind to go and kill somebody, bro. Because I don't see none of the parties teaching that.
Yeah, there was I don't know the lady's name, but as soon as this happened, she came out and was like, "This is the left's fault. This is the left's fault."
Nancy Mace.
Nancy Mace? Yes.
Yeah.
So the reporter asked her, so what about when the Minnesota woman, Melissa, got killed. She was like, this is the left's fault. This is the left's fault. Like she wasn't hearing that.
No, because the thing, we're afraid to have the conversation, bro. You understand what I'm saying? It's like any relationship, when you have the lack of communication, you know what brings the most tension is, honey, we need to talk. Because now you're gonna have to look in the mirror, take accountability of certain things. And that's the problem right now.
Yeah.
Now, I credit Dirk with this. Me and Dirk spoke a couple of days ago. And I want to let you speak your own words, my brother. You called it the Civil War. So I want to credit you with that.
Sure. This is something I just been observing since like post Obama moving into Donald Trump. I'm like an outsider just looking, watching, and I see that from the time that Donald Trump became like the front runner, and kind of how I feel like it kind of opened Pandora's box a little bit in terms of what's acceptable behavior for in politics and outside of politics, just for the general public. People were like, got a little bit more emboldened to say certain things that maybe they wouldn't have said prior to that in public. So from that time on, I'm like, I can just see that America is going, we're heading back into the second Civil War. And this is the whole left versus right, Dems versus Republicans. And everyone just wants to live in their own bubble, right? And because we have social media, so there's no, like, to touch on what Skid's saying, nobody's trying to hear what the other person is saying because everybody's just living in their own bubble. And then this is my total truth. And that's left and right because it's a lot of wild stuff on both sides, right? So no one is more guilty or less guilty. People are just like, humanity is like taking some backward strides in terms of how we relate and deal with each other.
Yeah.
And for me, like, because I saw a YouTube video where dudes is like, listen, the government should just tell us, let's fight. A dude with a gun, he's like, right? So people are
knocking on doors.
People are ready to fight, like kill each other over this situation, right?
Over political alignment.
Alignment, right? So for me, it's inevitable that this is just gonna keep ramping up and ramping up. People are gonna start killing each other over politics. And that is one of the beginning stages of a failed state.
Yes, sir.
This is where we're walking down into the failed state proposition.
All right. Yo, can you play out them clips so we could get an idea what Mr. Kirk was talking about?
So I put together a few clips. A lot of people are saying that, well, a lot of his words are taken out of context and stuff like that. And that's understandable to a certain degree. But then certain words, no matter how you say it, the context is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me just play these real quick. It's about a couple of minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the point, Simone Biles. You're representing your nation, you're selfish sociopath. I just said she's probably the greatest gymnast of all time. She's also very selfish, she's immature, and she is a shame to the country.
LeBron James is a self-interested, narcissistic, and we know he's not very smart. LeBron James chronically cheats on his wife, obviously. He's an NBA player.
Because of DEI, it begs the question when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? I can name at least a dozen people more deserving in the 20th century of a federal holiday than MLK. The reason we talk about race so much is because we have a federal holiday to a guy that talked about race all the time. We celebrate the Civil Rights Act more than the American founding. Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. We know. It's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving.
Yeah, obviously we know where this man is coming from, bro. Right? Yep. It's I don't know. Nothing was out of context for me. I got a clear view of what this man thinks.
He's a racist. He was a racist. No matter how you slice it. Is he though? Absolutely not. There's a bunch of them out there. But let me ask you this still, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but given his radical views, should he be awarded all the honors that he's being given by our government?
No.
His body being flown on Air Force Two. I mean, it's just a lot of if they fly flags at half staff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Federal. Should all of this be done for a person with that ideology? That's what I don't agree with. Listen, like we all said in the beginning, his death that was a tragedy. Nobody deserves to die like that. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have happened. But now to start throwing our resources to honor this man, I don't agree with that. Especially as they say that we were the ones that were trying to divide. But when it happened, they all came right out. Oh, the left, it's the left's fault. It's the left. And I mean, I sent the video to the group where you've got all these all these incensed white people talking about, you want war? This is what you're going to get now. Wait till you see what happens. The day after, my daughter goes to an HBCU. Classes, luckily not at her school. There was no classes canceled, but there was heightened security. We got text messages from the parent groups saying that other HBCUs had received threats. Virginia State had to shut down their classes for 2 days afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Alabama State, same thing. So and then the president is on the air days later still pointing fingers. Even after this kid is caught and they see his affiliation, he's still saying, oh, it's the left's fault. So he's inciting this.
This is ridiculous.
He's inciting this. But then when we say stuff, they want to point back and be like, you can't say that.
Right.
They want to cancel cultures and stuff. They calling us the cancel culture, but they're doing it to us. They want to silence our voice when we speak about it, about we're supposed to honor some man just because of his death. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree either.
Can I say something real quick?
Bro.
So you started the segment by naming numbers of politicians, etc., that's been murdered, assassinated over the years. My problem is, dude is not a politician.
That's correct.
Right? He's nothing to do with politics besides being
he's an activist.
He's an activist, but he's not employed by any federal, state, local government. No. So, like to add to Chris's point, why is he? And he literally could have been you or me. Let's say, because you work for who you work for, right? He's not part of any federal body, any governing body. Why is the country honoring him as if he's a politician? To me, that's a little crazy.
It is crazy. Why are teams honoring him?
I can address that.
Why the Yankees did it? Why the Cowboys did it? Why all these teams did it? Why, posting your man picture? Why? What did he do, bro?
It's just interesting.
It's all political, okay? Like at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's political. Well, if you don't do it, what? Consequences.
Even the radical politicians are politicians serving whatever community they represent.
Yeah.
I mean, just
you know what I'm saying.
Just the time that we in, man. Like,
I feel bad for our kids, man.
It's the time that we in, man.
Me too, man.
Our kids,
like this whole HBCU stuff. Like, what do they do?
Makes no sense.
Exactly.
What are we attacking them for?
Exactly.
You see, what happens is, again, I think we're missing one thing. The ideology that we have is a farce. Again, we say freedom, but then you look, for example, right? Why is he so... You would think if the president died, right?
Correct.
Look at the influence that he had in this nation. If we could have, what do you call those podcast people, those influencers, be deified or nearly deified in this country, we could have people who speak absolutely ridiculous stuff, be exalted, invited to White House, sing for the inauguration, all that stuff. That shows the decline of the moral fabric of this country. Morality is over, bro.
Yeah.
So if we could put a face to something that can symbolize the stitches that holds this country together, and again, let's be real, we don't own anything. We don't. When I say anything, because for that people, oh, we have black. We do not own the media, where we have a voice to counter what's going on. So here's what's happening. Now that they are able to poison our minds and say that it's a race thing, of course the HSBC is going to be like, well, hey, we're going to say something. They're going to hear, what are they going to hear? They're going to pick out the worst of the statements and say, this is what they feel. So the people who's fresh emotionally hurt because they lost their leader, what do you think they're going to do? 'Cause remember, he also was a nationalist.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about nationalists, boys, they're not playing games. They felt they lost their country and they're trying to get their country back. So now this is the catalyst. So now because again, we are not unified. So if they can now put the onus on us and say, look, they condone this, and black people are known as leftists anyway. Anything black associated, black affiliated, black organized, it's gonna look like, oh, look, these are the people who side with the leftists, whoever the hell the left people, they're saying the left people did it, right? So they're gonna say, oh, these are the people who side of the left. And being that we're easy targets because they kill us, there's no real repercussions.
But that's when we got to counter with it, because at the end, he wasn't even black.
But yeah,
and he wasn't even on the left.
But Rue, let me ask you a question.
So, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, like, when all that propaganda is going to be thrown out or, out there in media, we got to be able to counter it. We're like, yo, what are you talking about? How are we guilty of all? Like, we ain't got no. To be honest with you, we got no dog in this fight.
Facts.
Correct.
But we are on the pedestal with what do you call it? A target on us. How do you think that happened? Like he just said, his daughter goes to goes to a black college, yo.
Historically black.
But
historically black college. Now, my question to you is, who's the leader of black people? Name one. You gonna say Jesse Jackson?
No one. You're right. We have no one.
But you know what they're gonna point to? Entertainers.
Yeah.
You feel me? That we've adopted that those are the people who are important. And people in the real world, who the hell is going to an entertainer to speak about anything historical? Who's going to feel to represent anything economical? We don't know anything. And then the average person, you know where they get their news from? The TikTok and all that. Nobody's reading.
No, there's not even real journalism to read.
And again, exactly. We have these things called news, but the news is not news, it's entertainment.
Yep, news.
Read the fine print. They say these are actors in the fine print. They're not journalists. They're pundits. So what happens is that we get an influx of all these things, and what's going to happen? Our minds is easily shaped. We're just dough, boss. That's all it is. So I think that this is the proper opportunity for the people that we call our leaders to be like, yo, this is the real deal. Like you said, people may laugh at you saying civil war, but if they look at the definition of civil war and really take that in,
It's the same thing.
Yourselves.
It's the same thing, bro.
it's really that serious.
Red versus blue. Same thing.
Well, they're gonna say red versus blue, but really it's the agenda that has the power to put this imagery in front of it while their real agenda is happening in the back.
That. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But what Chris said is very correct. These cats are online talking about, yo, this is it. I had enough, man.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
You're going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what's going to happen, bro?
To
Right?
who? Like, you gotta live.
What? To who? They're going to grab the guns and they're going to start shooting people because they are on
crazy.
the left.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But then if you ask a person, what is the left? you're gonna get a lot of gibberish and a lot of stuttering.
Right.
If you ask them what's the
Obama.
right,
That's what you're gonna get from the left.
but,
Obama.
but this is again.
AOC.
But
I don't even think people know why they call it left and why they call it right.
exactly.
Facts.
They don't.
No, I don't think the majority of people know that follow that's on this. They just hear it's left. Oh,
We're
right,
so they're left.
yeah. But why is it left and why is it right?
It's because of where they sit at in the house.
I understand that, but people
That's
don't
literally
understand
it,
that.
why-
That's
what
it.
it is.
But it's something as simple as where
Seating.
they
A
sit.
seating arrangement.
People don't even
Yeah.
know that.
But makes you want to murder somebody.
That's why they.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
you sit on the left? Oh, let me
That's why
go
you
get
hear
my
them.
heat.
That's why you hear them refer to say when they say they reached across the aisle to their counterparts, that because it's just a matter of one group sits on the left side and one group sits on the right.
See, now,
That's it.
This may sound naive, man, but like America, United States of America is no more, bro.
Yeah, it's been done a long time.
Take the word united out because this is like crazy. Other countries have to be looking at this like, yeah, we got America right where we want them. So.
But not all, but there's a couple I can think of that's celebrating right now.
No
Well,
question.
maybe 3.
No question.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
but we're not the only country with this different ethnicities. Damn, right?
Yeah, we're a mosaic.
There was
yeah.
a massive rally in the UK this past weekend also that kind of didn't get...
Anti-immigrant.
Yeah, there's an anti-immigrant rally that's supposed to be like the largest rally in their history, like between the two different siding factions.
Left and
So
right again.
yeah, basically, and it's basically like the same thing here. You had a group that doesn't want immigrants in the UK, and you got a group that wants to welcome them.
Yeah.
And they had this huge, I don't believe there was any actual clash where they faced off or whatever, but
It was close.
yeah.
Let
Yeah, man.
me say this, man.
Sad stuff.
Let me say this to the viewers out there. Whether you be left, right, in the middle, wherever you place yourself,
There's no middle anymore.
if you have any inclination of going out and hurting somebody because of their party, just keep in mind you got soldiers overseas fighting foreign wars to make sure that your liberties and stuff are protected here. And those soldiers don't see left or right. They see green. They see whether it be the Navy, whether it be the Army, the whole armed forces. Like they don't see
National Guard.
they don't see political parties. So just keep in mind as you contemplate on trying to hurt somebody because of their political affiliation, just keep that in mind.
They protect your right to be ignorant. They're going
Hey, that's the truth.
That's
going to
essentially
other
what it
countries
is.
to protect your right to be ignorant, to be smart if you choose. You could be whatever you want to be because of what's going on outside of here and how they protecting shit from really getting crazy here.
In chaos,
Well
it's
said,
easy to
Rudy.
steal.
Yeah, of course.
Well said, Rudy. What I hope, this is what I hope. I hope Charlie Kirk, this is what I wish. I wish he would have lived.
Yes.
And I wish his message would have died. That's all I got, man.
Like
I
that.
like that.
Like kind of podcast.
I like that.
Yeah.
Made him a martyr.
Sportsmanlike conduct